insight into why I prefer this car to the BMW M235i, which I had previously to this one. Show you the spec of this car as well, and go through some of the points you should consider if you're thinking of ordering a BMW M140i. Why do I prefer this car to the BMW M235i? So there's a couple of reasons for that. Firstly, it's a bit of a boring one, practicality. So the M235i, great car, two-door. When it comes to getting people in the back seats, it's not the easiest thing to do. It's a bit of a faff. So I prefer having the flexibility of a 5-door. People can pop in and out, you can put things in the back, flip the seats down, you've got a wider hatch to actually load stuff up in the back. So a bit of a boring reason, but nevertheless the reason why I prefer it to the 235i. The second reason to why I prefer this to the 235i is the engine. So this is the B58 unit in this one, as opposed to the M55 in the 235i. Now, driving them both, the 235i, the harder you rev it, the more you get out of it. So a lot of the power is pretty much on the top end, as opposed to the B58 unit, where there's just so much torque available throughout the range. Now, I tend to drive this car, if I'm on the motorway, put it into manual, hit it in 8th gear, and just use the tool, because it just picks up so well. It's such a good feeling when you just touch the accelerator and immediately the car just starts to pick up. It's brilliant. Another reason why I prefer the M140i to the M235i that I had is because of the adaptive suspension. Now, I didn't have adaptive suspension in my 235i. I didn't realise actually what a difference it makes. Now, the 235i drove really well, but on any of the our roads we have in the UK, they're not particularly great. It did crash around a lot, and I just thought that was normal, because I foolishly didn't test drive a car with adaptive before I purchased the 235i. So I spec'd it up, I didn't add it as an option, and I did notice that the ride was not amazing, let's put it that way. So having the adaptive on this is brilliant on the M140i. It changes the ride setup completely, it's much more enjoyable, it rides all the bumps and crevices in the road so well, and then when you flick it into sport, see it firms up. It's just much more of an enjoyable ride than having it without. And I would pretty much say those are the three reasons why I prefer this car, the M140 to the 235i. And I know, yes, you can spec adaptives on the 235, on the 240 now, and you know, practicality reasons, 5 doors as opposed to 3 doors, it's very subjective, but I do, oh dear, what's going on here? I do prefer the engine, the B58 engine, as opposed to the M55. I just think it picks up so much better. It's almost instantaneous power when you put your foot down. It's so addictive, and I prefer that driving experience. So I just want to take you through the spec that I've got on this M140i. So it's an M140i 5-door in Alpine White. Reason for going for Alpine White, I've had BMWs in the past, and I've pretty much had every other colour you can think of apart from red. Never had a white car, so I thought, let's give it a try. I do think it looks particularly good in white. Other things on the spec, so the options that I spec'd on this, so obviously the adaptive suspension, which I've already talked about, makes so much difference. And if you are thinking of getting an M140i, the one option box you should tick above everything else is the adaptive suspension. It just changes the car completely. Makes it much more easier to live with on a day-to-day basis. Other options I expect in here, so the Harman Kardon upgrading the sound system. I went for the ZF 8-speed as well, simply because it's a daily driver for me. As much fun as manual cars are, I don't want to be stuck in traffic constantly with clutch in, clutch out. And actually the ZF 8-speed, it's a brilliant box. So I had the ZF 8-speed and the 235 as well. It's an absolute joy. It's so easy to use, it changes pretty rapidly. You've got 8 speeds in the box, so when you're on the run, pin it again in 8th gear, get some fantastic economy out of it. It's a really, really great gearbox to use. Other options I went for are the heated seats in here. There's black leather, black gloss trim as well. Now, I probably wouldn't go for the black gloss again. It is a nightmare to keep clean, and it scratches pretty easily as well, so I would probably spec silver trim, I guess, matte silver, if I had to do it again. And the only other option I think I have on this is the Pro Nav. Now, it's not a must-have, but the Pro Nav, I think, finishes off the car so much better. It's just a wide screen, it's much better quality. It just looks better rather than having the standard nav, which kind of has its sides chopped off, which I think looks a bit odd. But yeah, those are the options that I went for. Any other options that I would have spec'd? Yes. Again, if I have to spec this again, I would put front parking sensors on it. I forgot to tick the box. I ticked the comfort pack box when speccing the car. I thought it would come with front and rear sensors. It didn't. The comfort pack only came with rear sensors. I didn't actually read the print very well. That's my mistake. I would probably put the auto fold mirrors on this as well, just for practicality purposes. But apart from that, I don't think there's anything else that I'm going without on the car. Everything that I've got is used, and I think it's well finished off. So have I had any issues with the car to date? Now, I'd like to say no, but unfortunately that's not the case. So I've had the car... So I was just talking about some of the issues that I've had with the M140i since I've had it. So I've had this car since May 2017, something like that. So well over 6 months, and I'd like to say I haven't had any issues with the car, but unfortunately I have had a couple of niggles. So first one being the exhaust rattle. Now, it's obviously a well documented issue on the M140s. Joe Achilles talks about it. There's quite a few other bloggers who have talked about it as well. And unfortunately this car is affected by the exhaust rattle. Now, it did seem to get better for a while. I've been checking it over the past couple of days and the rattle's still there. It's only really noticeable from the outside, so on a cold start, so hence when I'm inside I don't really notice it. But first time I noticed it was when the car was pretty new in a multi-storey car park. Started it up and it sounded awful, like absolutely dreadful. So the car does need to go back in to BMW under warranty to investigate the rattle and see what they can do, but it's not ideal. It is a known issue. I know some people have managed to get the M Performance exhaust put on the car as a replacement for free from BMW, so you know, I might be going down that route if it's offered. I'd definitely like to get the M Performance exhaust on this under warranty as a replacement. Now, the other issue that I've had, and again Joe Achilles talks about this, it's the paintwork under the front bumper at the front Now the paint just seems to be peeling away, and it's peeled away more on one side than it has on the other. And I only really noticed this today because I thought I'd just go out and have a look. I've heard it is an issue on the BMWs. I've heard it's an issue particularly on the Alpine white vehicles. So I thought I'd go and have a look, and I was giving it a quick clean yesterday as well, and I noticed on the offside front the paint has eroded quite badly on the front bumper on the inside, and I noticed this morning on the driver's side that it's not as severe, but again it has eroded again. So again, I mean, it will be going back into BMW to go through that under the warranty, because obviously it shouldn't be happening on a car like this. But relatively minor issues, I would say, but issues nonetheless. Those are the main troubles that I've had. So nothing else has gone wrong with it. The engine hasn't missed a beat. I've done just over 5,000 miles in it, and it has been absolutely terrific. And I genuinely think that this is the best hot hatch you can buy at the moment in terms of value for money. It's a much more engaging drive than the Audi S3. You're more involved with it. The Audi S3 does a lot of the driving for you. I found it's, you know, point and shoot, off you go, safe as houses. You know, not the most engaging drive. This obviously keeps you on your toes, being rear wheel driven. A45 MG haven't driven, would like to drive, but again it is very expensive once you start speccing it up. I just think that for all-round value for money, for the spec you get, for the performance that you get from and especially from a 6-cylinder engine, it is amazing. Honestly, it's probably the best car that I've owned, just in terms of its all-round capabilities. And just coming on again, I know I don't want to bang on about practicality, but miles per gallon. So what's it like on MPG? Now, this car on the run, so I did, I think the other day, a 90-mile trip, so down from Hertfordshire to Heathrow, and then down to the south coast. I averaged just over 40 miles to the gallon. Now that is phenomenal for me. And I know you don't buy a car like this for economy. You know, if you want economy, buy a 1.6 diesel or equivalent. But to know that this car is capable of returning that sort of MPG on a steady run, I think it's brilliant. You know, it makes complete sense. It makes you want to buy the car even more. It's just a bit of an added bonus from my perspective. Okay, so I just pulled over quickly because I just want to show you the BMW connected app, because I haven't seen anyone feature this yet on a video. So if I just log in, so this allows you to control a few items remotely, such as opening, closing the door, locating the vehicle, flashing the headlights, and so on. It also gives you just a short overview of your fuel level, so how many litres are in there, the range that's left within the vehicle as well. You can also start to ventilate the car, so if it's hot weather outside, you can actually do that remotely before you get in the car, and you can start the climate timer as well. So some really useful features here just on the app, which you can do. In terms of the info side, let's click onto that. Let's see. Okay, so it gives me a short overview in terms of the status of the car, so whether my doors are locked, unlocked, the bonnet's closed. I can check my service requirements, I can check any messages that have been sent to the car, and so on. Okay, so here's a quick overview of the inside of the cabin. So here we can see the details of the car. So you see I've gone for the black leather inside, as I mentioned. There's no sunroof in here. I didn't really want that as an option. You can see the black gloss finish which we have on the door handles, and obviously across the trim as well. Does tend to get dusty, and it does scratch quite easily as well. You've got the ZF 8-speed and obviously the Pro Nav as well. So just give me a quick look around the cabin. The other thing which I have in here, which actually I took out of my M235i, are these little cup holder inserts. Now, typically BMW don't give you any of these, so the car actually comes like that, and there's two massive great big holes in there to accumulate dust and rubbish and all sorts. However, I took these out of my 235 and it's actually quite useful. So I can just pop my my car keys in there and away I go. So here we have it, everything on this car is standard, there's no modification at all. It's all in Alpine white, as you can see. It is pretty clean at the moment. It did have a clean yesterday, so it is all looking good at the moment. Probably not for long. Do you have the exhaust rattle at the back, and I'll just show you where the paint is flaking off as well. So if I just pop the gap down in here, not sure if you can see that, we can just see here the paint is starting to flake off. And let me show you on the other side as well. Just get down there, you can see, well, I'm sure you can see actually, there it has flaked off quite a lot actually on that side. So we'll be going back to BMW for that. Just see if the exhaust will rattle now actually, just start it up. Rustic, and it probably will improve over time, but please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, post your comments on the comments below.